Hello everyone! Today I'm going to share my process for stitching these tulips on this upcycled linen vest. This project is inspired by tulips that I saw last month throughout Philly. It's a fairly easy project, so let's get started. I've had this vest for a while and haven't really known what to embroider on it. It's a quite natural linen weave, which is my favorite backdrop for floral embroidery. I'm going to be drawing with this micron pen, or actually I guess it's a size 8 micron. I'm just going to be embroidering the lower front of the vest so that I don't have to worry about the pockets and it's not going to take me too long to finish. Because the fabric is so textured, I had to take my time drawing the simple petals of the tulips, so you can see I'm kind of going back and forth with the pen a lot to make sure my line is seen. This is going to be the base shape, and now I am shading in lines where I want the yellow stripe to be. So these tulips have a bit of an outline of yellow around the petals. I'm just kind of shading in where I'm going to make that line and then adding the stem. I'm also going to draw a leaf on each side of the tulip stem, a long tulip leaf. So that's the base for the embroidery, and now I'm going to try my best to mimic this tulip on the other side of the vest. It's okay if it's not perfectly symmetrical, I'm just going for something the same size and taking up the same amount of space. Now that that's done, I'm gonna start stitching. I've got this crewel embroidery needle. I think it's around 2 inches, maybe a little bit longer than 2 inches. That's what I always use. For thread, I've got 2 different shades of green for the leaves, the lighter shade for the stem and the inside of the leaves, and the darker shade for an outline. A bright red for the main portion of the tulip, and then some different shades of yellow that could be the outline of the tulip petal. Also a little pair of scissors. And last, I also have an embroidery hoop which I'll secure my fabric in to help prevent puckering while I'm stitching. I'm going to start with the yellow outline around the petals. And I'm using all 6 strands of embroidery floss. This is the brand DMC, which is a very popular embroidery floss brand. Sometimes I like to reduce the threads to get a finer look, but using all 6 will have a more textured style of embroidery, or 3-dimensional. I'm going to keep doing this style of short yellow stitches for the rest of the petals. Now that that yellow outline is done, I'm going to fill in the rest of the flower shape with red embroidery floss. I ended up going with this really bright shade. And my goal for filling in this shape is to keep my stitches very vertical, following the natural shape that the petals are taking and kind of letting that yellow line dictate the direction of the red stitches. Once the tulip is done, I'm going to move on to the stem and then the leaves. For the stem, I have my lighter shade of green, and I'm going to be making short horizontal stitches that are filling in the entire shape that I drew. So just like the petals, for the leaves, I want there to be an outline contrast color. So I'm taking my darker shade of green and stitching an outline along the leaf. And I didn't pre-draw an outline because I don't want it to be too perfect. It's a leaf, it can be a little bit messy, but that's what I'm doing now. And then I'm gonna fill in the rest of the leaf in the same shade as the stem, the lighter green. Just like how I stitched the flower with the outline, I'm going to stitch this lighter green filling in a vertical direction, and I'm using that outlined darker green stitch as a directional guide, and I'll just keep filling in the leaf until it's all done. Here's how the finished tulip came out. I'm gonna go ahead and embroider the other tulip off camera, and then I'll show you how the final vest came out. Here's how the finished tulip vest came out. I hope you liked seeing my process for this, and I hope you're having a great May. I'll try my best to get another video out soon. Thanks so much for the support. Until next time, bye.